M.A.R.S. Some of my friends are from Mars, so we're going to talk about the planet Mars, or sometimes I think I am originated from somewhere other than here.
Well, purple is the Martian color. So, no, today, the Mars we're going to talk about today is the Mortgage Assistance Relief Services. Okay, there's been a lot of talk in the...
That's a lot to say, isn't it?
It is a lot to say.
Wait till I start to have to rattle off these initials.
Man. There's been a lot of talk in the news lately, at least the real estate news, about M.A.R.S. And it was enacted earlier this year, which basically was a declaration that had to be made for anyone involved in loan modifications, and it also extended over into short sales. There's always been a question as to whether it truly applied to real estate professionals assisting sellers with short sales, because some of the language in there was more geared towards modifications and or attorneys that were doing things with regards to modifications. So there was a huge question on whether or not it applied. And the ruling just came out recently that the M.A.R.S. regulations are being suspended with regards to realtors involved in short sales, which is obviously great news. It's going to eliminate a lot of confusion. However, there are certain states out there, California being one of them, that in response to M.A.R.S., they did issue some documentation. And we're actually holding one of those documentations here.
Well, the table's holding it.
Well, the table's holding it, and I'm reading it.
We actually have two of them.
We actually have two of them.
We have two.
But the important thing is that we just want to put out there for agents to realize is, even though that the regulation has been suspended to the fact that they're saying they're not going to prosecute realtors involved in short sales, because your state association may still have specific forms, and until that state association comes out and either repeals those forms or does anything else, we are still recommending that you make them a part of your listing.
Yeah, they're actually, here in our area, it's still required. So I know for my team, if we don't have these forms in our file, people aren't getting paid.
Right.
And the reason for that is this, is before these forms came out, I actually had a listing addendum, and I still have one, but a listing addendum that basically states that the seller can cancel the listing with me at any given point in time. That the seller has the right to accept, reject, or counter any short sale proposal from their lien holder or lien holders. So this keeps the seller from being locked into having to take something that a proposal that's sent back from their bank. And that's what this form here does. There's two of them. One is the M.A.R.S.S.N form, which should be used on all listings here in California.
Right.
It's beautiful because there's two lines here. Line 4, it says if you accept the offer, you'll have to pay us blank, and it says insert the amount or method of calculating the amount for your services. And someone said just yesterday when I was teaching a class, they said, well, we put in 0. What do you mean? I said, well, you can, but I wouldn't work for free. So you'd simply write in there per listing agreement.
Right.
And then line 5 says blank, and then you put in the name of your company. It's not associated with any government and or services, and is not approved by the government or your lender. And that's really important because, you know, I hate bagging on our own industry, but I've seen a lot of agents out there right now with some bogus advertisement, and it looks like it's coming from the federal government or from their lender that says contact me today to avoid foreclosure.
They've kind of put themselves in as though they're the preferred contact by that mortgage company or by that lender, and saying, you know, they've recommended that I contact you, and that really isn't happening. But the main thing we wanted to bring up here is, especially with regards to the new news coming out that the M.A.R.S. regulations are being suspended with case to real estate agents, that we're still saying that if your state has any specific forms like ours do, you should go ahead and continue to use them until your state association comes out and says something to the contrary. If nothing else, one of the things that we're all about is protecting you, the agent, from potential liability. And this form does just that. It's just an added layer of protection, and we still think it's a great idea to use it until you're told otherwise.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a layer of protection, and it's some clarity for the homeowner.
Right.
For the seller themselves. I can't think of one time that a homeowner didn't ask me a question like, well, what if I don't agree to the short sale? What if I change my mind? What if I, whatever, you know, what if I win the lottery and I can pay off my loan? Am I stuck paying you? No, absolutely not. And these forms clarify that.
Right.
So it's really all about protecting yourself, your broker, and the homeowner all equally.
Exactly. So again, if you've got any specific questions, comments, suggestions, please visit us at s2neg.com. We'd love to get your feedback, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thanks for stopping by.